Hello, hello. All right, happy Monday. This is bar class, bar fusion. So we're going to need a chair. We're going to be using a chair. You can use a mat too if you'd like. We will be doing some exercises on the floor today, so a mat would be good. And let's go ahead and get started. All right. If you don't know me, my name is Trish. And if you want to put on some tunes, now's a good time to do so. And then come and meet me on your mat. We're going to take a roll down to start. So bending the knees, reaching those arms up, abs engaged. Start to nod your chin to your chest and forward fold up and over the rib cage. Coming all the way down here, letting the crown of your head hang heavy. Let those hands hang heavy. And start to shake your head no from side to side. Gently nod your head yes, up and down. Grab onto opposite elbows and sway that torso from one side up and over to the other. Beautiful. Come back through center. Drop those hands, bend the knees, and start to slowly peel back up. Bone by bone, coming to the top. We'll roll up those shoulders for 3, for 2, and 1 more. Okay, we're going to use a chair as our makeshift ballet bar today. So it's always going to be there just for a little bit more support. So having it in front of you slightly is an ideal position. We're going to start today just by having those heels glued together, thighs glued together, toes are apart. Hands can come on your hips or you can have that chair for the support. We're just going to roll up on the toes and roll back. Rounding up, lift the heels, engage those abs, and roll back down. Lifting on all 10 toes, nice and evenly. Hold in the top for a second so you really can engage, and then lower back. Keeping the shoulders over the hips the entire time. Ribs are rounding down towards the hips as well. We're rolling through the feet and lifting and lowering. It's a great way to start your Monday. Wake up with muscles. Rolling through those feet. You can use your ankles for support at the top or they can separate, gluing them back together at the bottom. So once you're up, I want you to squeeze those glutes and sits bones so you're rising up and out of the pelvic floor and lower. Lift. Squeeze everything at the top, including your abdominals into your spine and lower. Let's go 4 more like that. Round and lift, collarbones wide. Lift and squeeze. Lower. Last one here. We lift, squeeze, and hold. Now maybe you want to try having your hand come off of that chair, not too far away in case you need it, so just right out in front of your chest. Holding here, breathing. Pull the abs in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Shake it out if you need to. We're going to get right back into it. So we will lift up on the heels, hands in front of us, or one on the chair. We're going to bend down in the knees and come back up. So it's almost like you're wearing high heels, right? Your heels are not going to be moving. They're going to stay glued together. You're bending those knees over the feet. And we're in external rotation. So all the way from the hip socket down to the heels, it's pointing outward. Lowering down, sending the booty straight down and straight back up. So torso may want to lean forward on this one. I want you to think pulling those shoulders back so they stay over your hips. Down, down, down. Squeeze the glutes and everything up at the top. Abs engaged here to really hold that balance. So the beautiful thing about a bar class or bar fusion is that we're learning about balance, right? And external, internal rotation, different planes of movement for our body to build and help support us in everything else we do, from walking to surfing if you're in Southern California, to maybe snowboarding if you're in Northern California, or the Alps, or anywhere really that has snow. From simple walking, jogging, it's very helpful to build those ankle muscles, toes, and legs. Let's go 3 more. Lowering down, lift up. Heels stay lifted. last one here, we're going to lower. We're going to start to pulse down in the booty. So think down in the booty, bending those knees wide, lower, lift, lower, lift. Elbows are wide like you're holding a bucket, and if you need that chair, that's perfectly fine. Lower and lift. Pull those abs in. Shoulders over hips for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6. Get lower if you can. 5, heels stay lifted. 4, 3, 2. Hold down on 1, just hold and breathe. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Get lower. 3, 2, 1. Rise. Reach the arms up and reach the arms back down. Nice job. Just shake it out from here. Shake out those legs. Hold on to the chair. Hips, feet hip distance apart. Bend one arm up and over. Feel that side stretch. And lift the other arm. Up and over. Opposite hand just rolls down your leg. Let's go one more each side. Or you hold on to the chair. Sending the bicep over your ear for a deep opening of the rib cage. And come back. From here, we're going to roll both shoulders up, down, and around circles with the shoulders. Forward, lift up, back, and around. Forward, up, back, and down. And then let's reverse it for 3. So we're rolling forward, up, down, back, up, down. One more. Beautiful. And just great movement in those arms. Now from here, we're going to take our feet wide. So they're underneath our hips, probably about shoulder width or just slightly wider. Feet are externally rotated. This is our second position. And from here, we have that bar if we need it. Otherwise, I'm going to start hands on hips. I'm going to lift up on the toes and lower back down. So just like we did before, only in a different position with our feet, which engages different muscles in those legs. Feeling the inner thighs squeeze together. Feeling those sits bones really be able to squeeze and lift that pelvis. Shoot energy up and out of your spine as you lift. Squeezing at the top. So you're lengthening through your legs all the way up. Engaging your abdominals. Rolling through the foot. Lift and lower. Here's 4. Squeeze the abs. Here's 3. Holding at the top and then lower. Here's 2. And last one. Guess what? We hold it here. Yep. We hold and breathe. Can you reach your arms up overhead? Drop the shoulders. Engage the abs. Breathe. 10, 9. Find a focal point and stare at it for balance. 5, 4. We start to bend the knees in 3. Woo! We start to bend the knees in 2. And on 1, we bend those knees down. Lift back up. Maybe we start to add the arms. The arms come down. And the arms go up as we stand. Lower, squeeze the abs. Lift up and stand. Now, if your balance just isn't on today, you can always hold onto that chair for a little bit of support and maybe try moving just one arm as you bend and lift. Lower, heels stay exactly in the same spot. Abs are pulling into your spine to help stabilize you. Down, 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 lift. Squeeze. Down, 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 lift. Squeeze. 4 more. Lift, squeeze, down, 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 lift, squeeze at the top, down, 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 lift. Last one here, down, 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 and hold. Lower both heels, lift both heels, lower, lift. Are you starting to feel the shakes? I am. Lift both heels, lower, touch the floor, lift, lower. Try to keep shoulders over those hips. Sink down in the glutes, lift the heels, lower the heels, lift, lower. Here's 10, 9, and down, 8, and down. Abs engaged, 7, and down, 6. Get lower if you can. 5, 4, 3. Collarbones wide. 2. Lift on one, straighten the legs. Guess what? We bend now, we hold, we squat it down. Squat it down. So use your glutes to control this. They squeeze, release up. Squeeze, release up. Let's go arms out wide or one on the chair. Squeeze, lift. It's a tiny movement. We're not going all the way up to standing. We're just coming down and up. Now the torso naturally wants to lean forward here. So keep it pulled back. I'm sweating already. We're only about 10 minutes in. That's a good thing. 8. Woo. 9. And 10. Come all the way up to standing. Shake it out. All right, we're going to kind of combine those movements into more of a flow now. So it looks like this. Let's have arms out wide in front of our chest. We're going to lift up on the toes, bend the knees, send the heels down, and squeeze straight up. Lift on the toes, bend the knees, lower the heels, and squeeze. Yeah. Lift, bend, and lower. So I'd rather have you go slow with this one. The slower the better, than rolling through it. So with control and precision, just like those ballerinas. They make it look so effortless, don't they? I'm going to need a towel for that today. Lift, bend, lower, squeeze to stand. So think abs engaged to lift. Bend those knees, abs engaged to hold you. Lower the heels, squeeze, abs engaged. 4 more. Down, down, squeeze. Lift, bend, lower, squeeze up. Lift, bend, lower. Last one like this. We lift, we bend, we lower, and extend. Guess what? Now we're going to do it reverse. So we bend with the knees, straighten the legs, lower the heels. So bend first, shoulders back, bend the heels, and keep the heels lifted as you straighten the legs, and then lower the heels. Down, lift, straighten, lower. Down, lift, straighten, lower. That's it. Can you feel your abs working? Can you feel those glutes driving the movement and stabilizing? Ooh, nice. This is hard for you today. Just know that it will get easier the more that we practice and balance on our toes and feet. And some days are just harder than others. So give yourself grace. Honor your body for what it is capable of doing. 4 more. And down. Bend, lift the heels, straighten, and lower. Bend, lift, straighten, lower. 2 more. That's 1. Lift, straighten, and bend straight down. From here, lower both heels, lift. So now we're in the wider position, lowering both heels and lifting. Does that feel any different, any better, any worse? I'm still shaking. Lift and lower, abs engaged, shoulders down, hands out wide, gaze is straight in front of you. Squeeze, lift. Think about pulling abs in as your heels lift up. So it's a double squeeze and lift. For 8, stay low. 7, 6, try not to move those hips. 5, 4, that's it, get lower if you can. 3, 2, hold on 1, squat it down for 10. 9, with control, not bouncing. 8, 7, 6, no bouncing. 5, that's it. Ooh, I need to straighten. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, reach the arms up, take it open for the chest. 2 more like that. Lift arms up, open the chest. 1 more. Reach up and open and roll. Great job, guys. Kick out those legs if you need to. Okay. Now we're going to do some kicking. Speaking of kicking, we are going to be doing some kicking. So chair stays in the same position. We come into first position. So just like we started, heels together, thighs together, toes apart. Place one hand on the chair, the hand that's closest. The other hand can come on our hip, and we're just going to send the straight leg forward and then down. So we lift up and lower. Send the heel back in. Lift, point the toe, and lower. If you want to move with control and precision, it's okay to have a bent standing knee. Lift and lower. Lift with control, hold it, and then drop it. Lift with control and drop it. We're going to add on from here. So we're going to lift and then send it back behind you. Since we're in that external rotation, as you come back, your hip will open up and then and lower. Now your lifts and lowers may look a lot different from mine. I'm not super flexible. I wouldn't say I'm that flexible at all. So you may be able to lift your heel higher than your hip. And if that's the case, go for it. Lift as high as you can and as back as far as you can, without compromising the torso. You don't want the torso to be moving. Just staying in place. We have 5 more. And then we add on from there. Here's 4, lift. Slow release back and hold. Lift. So to really get the most out of this, we contract the muscles to go forward as much as we can, holding it, and then back and holding it. Halfway there. 2. And 2. 1, sorry. Last one, hold it back. Little pulses back. So engage the abs, round the ribs down, and lift that back leg up. Keep it nice and straight. Soft bend in the front knee. Holding it here. Maybe you want to try balancing, taking hands off. Lift and hold. 8, 7. Squeeze the booty to lift. Right where the booty meets the hamstring, that's the sweet spot we're looking for. That's 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back in. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to add one more thing to that, a curtsy lunge. I know you guys know what that is. And if you don't, I'll just walk you through it. So just like we were doing, we kick forward. We send the leg back. And this time, we're going to step the foot back and curtsy lunge down. Shift the weight into that standing leg, lift up, lift back and out, and then step back and wide and lunge down, sending the booty straight back. Lift, down and curtsy. You can hold on to the chair if you want to. I encourage you for a more balanced challenge to not hold on to the chair. And lunge down, lift, send it back, shift the hips and curtsy. Like we're meeting the queen, we're going really slow with control and precision and grace, right? Ballerinas have so much grace, so much control. And if you're meeting the queen, I would imagine that's what you would be thinking as well. 5, lift, back, curtsy. This is 3, lift, back and curtsy. This is 2, back and curtsy. Last one here. Lift, we reach it back, we step it back, we curtsy for 10, for 9, for 8, 7, making sure the knees bending over the foot, 5, hugging that front heel, abs engaged, shoulders down, last 3, last 2, we're going to hold it here, hold, bow for the queen, hold and breathe, 10, 9, 8, 7, this is how you bow for the queen, I don't know, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stand it up, shake it out. Okay, shake that standing leg because it's also working really hard. Nice job, guys. All right. From here, that's awesome. Take a minute to catch your breath. Shake it out. I say that more for myself, right? I'm sure you're feeling it too. Okay. Now we're going to step wide. No, I changed my mind. Let's just step it in. So we have that extra support for our heel. We're going to lift it out to the side and bring it back in. So it's more at a diagonal. Let's extend the arm out. So if my arm is out here towards the side, the foot is coming up at a diagonal. That's what we want. We lift out to the side and then back. Out, and then sweep it back in. Now you can tell here, really, I'm not that flexible in lifting the leg up. I need to stretch that out. But if you are, feel free to lift it high. I mean, ballerinas can lift their leg here all the way up past their elbow. It's amazing. I have a new appreciation for ballerinas, that's for sure. Here's 4 and down. Here's 3 and down. 2, 1, and send it back in. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna lift and hold. I'm gonna pulse that leg up for 10, 9, abs engaged, 8, shoulders over hips, 7, 6, kick it up, 5, kick that instructor out of the way, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, guys. Shake it out. All right, before we do the other side, let's take a little stretch here. So facing the chair, we're gonna reach the arms up. We're gonna forward fold until your hands touch the chair. Widen your feet about as wide as your chair or your hips and sink the chest down. Send the booty up. Arch that spine if you can. Drop. And then round the spine. Peel back up. You can release the hands. Circle the arms. Forward fold. Drop the chest. Arms straighten. Maybe you feel some cracks or releases, creating space between the vertebrae there. And then round through the belly to lift back up. One more like that. Lift, round, forward fold, connect, drop down, round to lift. And round back down, and come back up. Now I'm going to just move my chair over to the other side so we can move on to that other side. And we'll start with heels together, toes apart. So from here, I'm going to have my hand out wide for this one. We're going to kick that leg forward and bend it back. So just warming up here. This is the first move, and we'll add on. Abs engaged, shoulders down. Exhale to lift. And lift. So keeping that external rotation even as you lift, pointing through the foot. Arms stay lifted too. Now we go back behind it. And then we lift forward and sweep it. So let's go forward, back, and forward, hold, back behind us, hold, and down. All about that control and precision. And down. When I say external rotation, what I mean here is that you can tell the toes are pointed outward, right? That's external rotation. But I'm talking about the kind that's your entire leg. So it comes from the hip socket, your femur, all the way down to your heel and toes. They're externally rotated. And the trick here, the hard part, is to keep your shoulders squared off and not move your torso as you're sending your leg forward. 3 more. This is 3. Maybe noticing if one leg you feel stronger than the other. Surprisingly, I feel stronger on my left today, and I'm right-footed. So maybe you notice that as well. One leg feels better than the other. Now we're going to lift forward, send it back behind us into that farthest position, and lift that leg up an inch. Up an inch. Pulsing it here. Shoulders down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeezing from the outside booty. Gluteus medius. 3, 2, 1. Hold, breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send it back in. Now we add the curtsy lunge. So we're going to sweep forward. We're going to send it back behind us and then down to the side and curtsy for our queen. We lift up. We come back behind us. Maybe try without holding onto the chair and curtsy. We lift up. We come back behind us and we curtsy. Maybe we take our arm with us and bow. Lift up. And back. Step it down and curtsy. If you don't want to take the bow, just curtsy, chest and forward. Lift. Back. Let's go 5 more, and then we'll do the pulses. Making sure that the front knee, as you bend down, stays bent over the foot. Lift, back. This is 2. On this last one, we hold it back in that curtsy lunge. And we just pulse it down. Here's 10, 9, 8. We hold it in 7, hold in 6, 5, abs engaged, 4, shoulders up, 3, 2, on 1, hold. Maybe forward fold for your queen. Maybe stay left and check her out. Down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, shake it out. Then we just have those side kicks, and then we'll move on to our mat for a little ab workout. Okay, so we have the chair if we need it. External rotation, heels together, toes apart. Send our hand out to the side. Keep that hand just kind of loosely in place, right? Keep the leg up to the side and back down. So not out to the side, it's up to the diagonal and down. Lift. This one is not my most graceful, but very effective also for this side booty too. We can lift here for 10, and for 9, and then we can externally rotate better here in 8, and 7. You guys feeling it yet? And 6. On the replay, 5. I see you. Thanks for joining in the future. Next 3. Exhale up 2. Exhale up 1. Come in for a rest, and then lift it and pulse it. 9. Lift high. 8, 7, 6, 5. Kick that teacher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out however you want. You can be not a ballerina, or you can make it graceful, whatever you prefer. And then we'll do those stretches and meet me on the mat. So reaching up, face your chair, abs engaged, roll forward. From here, let's just walk our feet out. Try to create a flat back here and press down on the hips. Let's send one knee in and send one leg back behind us. And then maybe open up that hip if that feels nice, twisting. And then come back to center, reach the leg down. And send it down, switch sides. Other leg goes back behind us, square off the hips, feel that back of the leg here stretch. We're just kind of softly holding onto the chair. And then open up the hip by bending the knee, twisting the hips to the side, keeping the shoulders down. And send that leg to straight. And recenter and come up. Moving my chair out of the way. And wipe down a little bit. And then we're going to come. Find the end of your mat. We've done this before. Bend the knees, reach up. Forward fold. This time, first find that stretch. Grab the backs of your calves, feel the back of the leg, and then walk your hands out into that yummy plank position. You want your feet to be as wide as your mat, or wider than your shoulders. You want to pull your tailbone in, tuck that tail, and elongate your spine. So think shoulders away from the ears, heels down, abs engaged. Put the shoulders underneath your wrists. Now from here, without moving your spine, can you lift your right arm up and set it with the left arm and down? I'm trying as best as I can to keep my pelvis flat, as if there was a cup of water. I'm not spilling it. It was on my back. So gaze stays down, reach one arm long and set it back down. Reach the other, set it back down. So you have to shift your weight as you do this. Let's go 4 more each side. 4, 4. Abs pulling in tight. 3, and 3. That's it. Nice job. Stick with it. 2, and 2. 1 more each side. 1, 1. Set the knees down and wide and take a child's pose. Holding the shoulders down, sinking the hips down, reaching the arms long. And then walk your hands over to the right and sink your hips down to the left. So that left side open up. Ribs are opening. Obliques are stretching. Serratus is stretching. And then you walk your hands through center, walk them over to the left, and sink back on the right hip. Keep those hands on the ground. Keep the bum as close as you can to your feet and stretch it back to the right. All right, come back through center. We're going to send our hands down on the mat, our forearms down, and hands. And we're going to sink down on the hips. So bring the shoulders directly underneath the elbows. Take one hand behind you and just twist up and lower back down. So you're twisting from the thoracic spine. Another way to see that is your heart or your rib cage. That upper back is twisting up and lowering. It should feel somewhat yummy, taking that stretch. So your hips are staying squared off. Your thighs are touching your calves as you do this. Here's 4. Inhale back down. Exhale up for 3. And down. Here's 2. And down. Final 1. And we're going to switch into the other side. So opposite hand comes behind your head. You lift up and rotate down. Exhale up, twisting out to the opposite side. Opening up as if you had a wing. You're going to open up that wing and lower. Bring the booty down as the elbow comes up. Inhaling down, exhale up, out to the inhale through the nose down. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2 more. That's it. Just 2 more. That's one here. And relax. All right, guys. So to help us with that circulation and mobility, let's take a couple stretches for the hips. So some hip openers. We're going to lift the knee up back behind us, send it forward, and draw it back in. So drawing circles with the knees while keeping both hips pointed down towards the floor. Your gaze is just down as well, so next in line with the spine. And pulling those abdominals in. Yeah, to elongate your spine for 4 more in this direction. And you're going really slow and controlled. So you can engage every muscle that needs to be helping you out here. Last one here, and then we reverse it. So first we're going to lift out, then back up behind us, and then in. So out, circle up, and down. Out, circle up, and down. Obliques are also engaged to help us here. 4 more, and then we switch sides. 3, 2. Coming out of the shoulder blades, last one, and send it down and sink down. Take a child's pose. Releasing the shoulders, dropping the head, neck, and chest. All right, other side. So, forearms down, opposite knee comes up into that tabletop position. We send it out to the side, drop it in, and press it back up. Open, lower, and then lift. Open as wide as you can, lower down and lift. That's it, guys. Here's 4, and 3, 2, and 1 more. That's it. Now we reverse it. So lift to the side, draw it up, and then lower back down. Making sure that our spine isn't moving as we do this. So you're really pulling those abs in so you don't arch your back. Going out wide, then up, and then down. 4 more. I just love these. They feel so good for the hips. You're really circling that femur bone in the hip socket, like you're polishing it to make it go smooth. 2 more. Last one here. That's it. Send the knees down, send the hands up, and take a couple cat-cows here to stretch out the spine, gaze up at the belly, and then sink down in the hips, arch the back, gaze up, maybe shake your tail, and then round through the spine, gaze at the belly, and then arch the back, stick the booty up. One more like that. Round, drop the head, and then arch the back, gaze up. All right, guys, we're going to swing around so that we can come onto our spine. Improving our core will help everything in Barre or also strength training or Pilates or whatever you're doing, but especially with single leg movements and to stay balanced and stable. So let's get into it. Let's send those legs into tabletop. So knees are directly over the hips and our heels are in line with our knees. We're going to take the hands and place them right on the base of our skull. They're not interlaced, they're just holding that head. And then we're gonna lift up so the head is in like a little hammock here in the hands. Elbows are wide, and there's a space about the size of a lemon for your chin between your chest. Glue the thighs together, curl up, extend the legs out, open wide, close, bend back in. You can lower down if you need that rest here. Otherwise, I encourage you to stay lifted the entire time as you move through the legs. So exhale out, open, close. We're really pointing through those toes, pressing the abs down. Get that nice mobility. Lengthening through the legs, open wide to a straddle, come in and bend. 3 more like this. Lift even higher if you can. Fight through that fatigue. Exhale, press, open, close, bend in. Last one here, open and hold it and close. Now just cross one leg over the other. Crisscross. If you need to, you could always have your hands down beside you. Crisscrossing here. Now let's go down for 3 and up for 3. Down, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1. Keep that head heavy. Keep your gaze up and forward. Maybe gazing at your toes. Down, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1. Tiny little crosses with this, making them look pretty, like we're kicking a little ballet kick here. Down, up. 4 more. Down, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1. Down, 3, 2, up. 2 more. Down, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1. Last 1, 2, 1, up. Bend in and shake side to side. Nice job. Okay, now switching the position a little bit, we're going to have heels together, toes apart. So that external rotation that we've already practiced, right? Hands can just reach down by our side. We're going to have the knees start so they're over the hips. And then we're just going to press those legs to straight, gluing the inner thighs together. And then bend the knees back in. So I'm going to keep talking about this while you guys keep moving, pressing straight, bending in. So you want to think about a couple things here. Your spine first. If you have the ability to keep a neutral spine, strengthen your abs. I want you to do that. What that means is there's a little space between your low back as you extend out, but your hips are down and your abs are engaged. You're not feeling this in your low back. It shouldn't be painful. Otherwise, you can press your spine to flat and bend your knees as you straighten. Those legs just go a little bit higher to protect your spine. So basically, if you feel this anywhere in your low back, you lift your heels a little higher. It'll still be effective for the legs and the abdominals, but will protect that spine. If you want more of the challenge, you send those legs lower to get those deep transverse abdominals. So you're zipping those inner thighs together. Heels stay glued together the entire time. 4 more. 4. You could always do this in that ab curl, so curling the head and shoulders to watch what you're doing, where your feet are going. But you don't have to. 1 more here. Reach, and then send those legs up to straight. Grab behind you if you can. and stretch those legs. Maybe let's send just one leg down. Grab the opposite shin. Flex your foot, so pull your toes to your nose and straighten that leg if you can. And then we'll switch, bring the right leg up, then the other leg goes down. Flex the foot, maybe grab onto the shin. I'm trying to keep my leg as straight as I can here. Get a nice back of the leg stretch. Beautiful. Bring that leg up. Now we're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders. Keep the feet flexed as you kick down and switch up. Lift up and switch. And switch. Trying to get this heel down as far as you can. And really going slow and controlled, but this time flex feet. Down and up. Down and up. 4 more each side. 4. And 4. 3. And 3. Beautiful job, guys. Curl up even higher. Gaze is up. Space between the chin and the chest. Last one here. 1. Now both legs come together. Point the toes lower. Flex the feet. Lift. So we're rolling through that foot again. But this time they're in space, right? They're lifted. So point the toes as you go down. And then flex the feet as you come up. Do you notice anything in your legs? As you point the toes, you should feel more of your front legs. As you flex the feet, you should feel more of your back legs. Keep going like that. 5 more. Ready? 5. Flex to come up. Try not to roll on the hips. Just hinge. Exhale up as you flex. This is 3. Slow and controlled. The slower, the better. 2. Last one here. And then just hold it down in your diagonal. And just hold. Let's clap those feet like we're seals. 10, 9, 8. Curl up even higher. 7. Point the toes. Straight legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees and draw circles with your knees. Reverse that direction. Beautiful job. Grab behind your legs here. We're just going to rock and roll up a couple times on our spine. A nice little space between each vertebrae, kind of like a little massage for your spine. But I want you to control on the way up, so hold it here. And then slowly roll down, feet come up. Use your abs to stop you. They're like your little brake system. Let's hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Roll and lift, hold, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Lift, hold, collarbones wide, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, last one. Lift and hold. Maybe release your hands. Maybe straighten your legs. External rotation optional. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe, 6. Shoulders up. Loud and proud. 3, 2, 1. Set those legs straight forward in front of you and take a forward fold. Grab onto your feet or your shins or your ankles and pull forward. Shake your head no gently so you decompress. Release any tension. And then come all the way back up. Now from here, we're going to do some roll downs like this. So arms reach out. We slowly, carefully roll down, 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 down. Arms come back behind us. Take the nice stretch here, reaching toes away from your fingers. Draw the arms up, and now we slowly peel up. So first nod the chin to the chest, then lift the shoulders up, and upper back, middle back, low back, and we rise up to straight. Let's go for 4 more like that. Slow peel down, as slow as you can. Keep the heels on the floor, point the toes. Rolling through your abdominals and vertebrae. Reach long, take that stretch here for your entire body. Arms come up first, then your head, neck, shoulders, abdominals, and rise. All right, this is 4. It's as if someone is like reaching your feet slow, slow, slow. I use a little momentum there to get up. You want to really avoid that if you can. Rolling down. collarbones wide. It helps me to have my hands kind of on a diagonal up towards the ceiling so that my shoulders can stay down while my collarbones open wide, like I'm serving somebody a tray. This is 3. Slow as you can, roll down. Rounding through that spine. 1 vertebrae at a time is going to touch. Now 1 vertebrae at a time is going to lift. First, the cervical. Lift. Ooh, that's it. 2 more, guys. Enjoy these last 2. Reaching long, creating those long, lean muscles. Last one here. Let's make it our best. Ready? Rolling down. Keep those feet on the ground if you can. Reach long. And now we come up. Rounding forward. And take a forward fold here. Let's grab just 1 foot and stretch over. Send your nose to your knee as far as you can today. And then come back up. Grab the opposite foot. Flex that foot and send your knee to your nose. Nice work, guys. And then we'll come back up. Meet me back up at standing and find that chair again. Little extra movement. Okay, so from here, we're going to face the chair, and our feet are going to be hip distance apart. Our hands can come onto our hips, and we're gazing forward, shoulders over those hips. We're going to lift up on the toes and bend the knees straight down, lower the heels, and come up. So round up, just getting our balance again. Now that we're on the floor, bend the knees, sink that booty straight down, lower the heels, and come up. Let's go 2 more. Bend it down, and come up. I can show you this way too. Bend, keep the heels lifted, and lower, and come up. Great. Okay. So, holding onto the chair, we kind of hinge forward here. We're going to send 1 leg back up behind us. So we're on that single standing leg again. And see how your hip wants to open towards the outside. I want you to rotate it down towards the floor. Forearms can come on the chair or your hands. It's just personal preference here, but draw those abs in so your spine is flat. We're going to just touch those toes down to the floor and lift back up. So really think about the hips pointing down towards the floor. My left leg is back. So whatever leg is back, you want that left hip down. And try not to move your torso. Create a nice long line. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower. So try not to move that pelvis. Soft bend in that standing knee. And now maybe send your hands off of the chair and try and balance. Lifting and lowering. I like hands in prayer for balance. And I'm gazing down and forward at focal point. Lift and lower. Here, ooh. See, once I gaze towards the camera, then I lose my balance, right? So stay focused. Here's 8. 7. 6. Beautiful, guys. Keep breathing. Inhale down. Exhale up. Squeeze through the booty and the hamstring. Whoops. 5. Pressing into the hands, opening the shoulders, back engaged. Last 2. And then on 1, we hold it up. We're going to bend down on the standing knee and lift up. Bend down, lift up for 10. For 9, sending that knee, bending over the ankle and up. Getting heavy, right? If I gaze at the camera, I lose my balance. So down and up. I'll stay like this if I can. 5. Whoops. You can lower that leg if you need to, closer to the floor. Just like an emergency exit if you need to. Last 3. Ooh, burning so good. Last 2. And 1. Come up. Shake it up. Let's do the other side. Okay, so first, hands come on. Maybe forearms come on, depending on your preference. Send 1 leg back behind you, the opposite leg. This will be my right, and I round the right hip forward and I bend into that standing knee. I'm going to lower the foot, pointing the toes, and lift. Lower down. I'm going to try this without the chair. So right away, my hands are in prayer. I'm pulling the abs in. I'm trying not to lean too much into that standing leg. Trying to keep a straight leg and a flat back. 9. It may not look like much, but it's hard to do. Here we go. 7, squeeze and hold. 6, squeeze and hold. 5, squeeze and hold. 4. 3. Good job, guys. 2. Now on 1, here's the magic. Hold it up and bend down. Woo, bend down. Chair's there if you need it. Try not to use it for the most challenge. And pull the abs in so the back stays flat and lower. Lower. Lift that bottom leg up. 10. 9. Woo. 8. Okay, I need the chair today. 7. 6. Just gently holding on. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And shake it out. Those will get easier, I promise. The more we do these, the more we work on our balance, stabilize the ankles, the toes, the calves, the mobility for our feet. They will get easier. We will be balancing. Okay, let's just walk it out. Release any tension. You may be feeling in the hips. Roll those hips. Shake, shake. 5, 5. 3, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, reach the arms up. And come back in. Okay, guys. So we have about 6 minutes left, so we'll do some stretching. Before we do, I want to work on one more time a balance. We're just going to be folding forward, single leg, and folding back up. So it looks like this. We have the chair. I'm going to have the chair to the side of me, and I'm going to show you forward, and then I'll show you to the side. So it looks like this. We have one leg coming back. Our standing leg is bent. So kind of like we're about a runner about to like take off on the track. And then our hands come out to a T. We're going to tip forward like a teacup, pouring the water into a nice T position and come back up. So from the side, it looks like this. We tip forward, hinging, sending the booty back, and squeezing that glute to come back up. So it's almost like your back leg is the lever that's doing the moving for your torso. Down and up. Here we go. You try it with me. Down. Chair is there if you need it. And back up. Okay, so you do it. Down. And back up. Here's 5. Slow and controlled. If you can't get your foot back up behind you as high, that's okay today. Just keep those abs engaged and hinge and come back up. 2 more. Stick with it. And up. Last one. And up. Good job, guys. We'll be building on to those, but not today. So switching to the other side, just so you guys can see. So send the opposite leg back. And bend into that front leg. Back leg straightens, and back leg starts to move first to send the torso. So you want the hips to be squared off. Mine are opening. Square down, and use the lever to come back up. Like a seesaw. Down, like a T, and then up. Engage, maybe bend the knee up if you can, and then go down. Up. So this side's much better for me today. Down, 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 down. Up. Ooh, maybe not too soon and come up. Okay, guys, 3 more. Ready? 3. And up. 2. And up. Last one. Come up, send those arms back, maybe take a little back bend and circle open. From here, gaze towards me. Grab one hand, bend up and over to one side. Keep that bicep over your ear. Come back through center, up and over the opposite side. Back through center. Again, maybe a little back bend. And release those arms. We're going to sit in the chair for some stretches to finish. We're just sitting straight down. I like to have my booty come to the end of my chair so my shoulders can stay directly over my hips. I'm going to bring one foot up and over my thigh. And then if I want, I press behind the knee and in front of the knee if I want to deepen that stretch and open the hip. This time today, I'm going to just forward fold, which creates weight as well and stretches the hip really nicely. And then maybe I'm gonna roll through the foot. Let's roll through the foot. Stretch out the ankle. This is my dog Escrow. You can see him. Hi, bud. We got up really early this morning, like 4 a.m. So he's tired. And then we'll switch. So sending that foot, ankle over your thigh, opposite thigh. You can either press around the knee to open up the hip and stretch, or you could hinge forward into flat back, just hinge forward. And then come back up to seated and roll up the ankle. Let's send both feet down. Let's reach those arms up. Maybe open the chest, bend the elbows, cactus arms, and then reach back up. So you're opening the chest, shoulders down, and reach back up. 3 more times. Open the chest, lean back. Here's 2. Last 1. Reach arms out and start to circle up, down, and around for 10. 9. So shoulders down, really pulling the abs in and rounding the ribs down to the floor. Reaching those arms long, and then reverse direction. Up, down, and around for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, that's it. 3, 2, 1. We send palms facing in, elbows bent. We open the shoulders wide and then squeeze the elbows close. Open. Try to get the elbows back, shoulders down, and then squeeze close. So feel the mobility in your shoulder blades. Round forward and open up, and then feel how they can squeeze back towards one another. Those 2 more like that. Almost done, guys. Last one, we're going to hold it back here. We're just going to pulse it back and back, like we're flying or a bird, and we're just moving those wings. Ready? 10, 9. Try to glue the elbows together. Keep the shoulders down. Ribs engaged. 6, 5, 4. Slow it down. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Reach the arms up. Send your hands in prayer and down to heart center today. Give yourself gratitude for all that you were able to do, not only in this class, but just waking up this morning or whatever part of the day it is for you. And send that grace to you and to those around. And have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you again next week. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.